being here. Really do. So thank you very much for coming. Um, I don't know why I can hear y'all. I shouldn't be able to hear y'all from there. So I'm not going to ask y'all to mute yourselves. We're just going to be grown and respect the guests. So that's all I ask. Um, so man, let's talk about tonight's show. Um, boy, what can I say about tonight's guest? Uh, First of all, the first thing I really want to say about him is that whenever I'm with him, he pushes me creatively and keeps me up till 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't like him for that. Because it's weird, man. Like some people just bring certain things out of you, and he moves through this space so quietly. Um, and if you saw from the post, I call him a quiet giant because he has been so influential to so many people, and no one even knows about it. He is partially responsible for the way that we listen to music on this entire platform because he figured some things out pretty early in how to um, cover your ears, Facebook. But he figured out how to stretch a song from a minute and 30 seconds to get a full entire playlist, which was groundbreaking for the space. It allowed people to have real music in their clubs to do real things. Um, but he's just a wealth of knowledge. He understands so much about so much, and he's just such a valuable resource to everybody. And again, I don't think anybody knows his full impact that he's made on this community. Um, and I tell him about that every day. I try to push him, but he's comfortable working behind the scenes and doing amazing things. And again, like I said, he's got some absolute fire on the way that's going to change the game for everybody. So again, I like to call him a friend, but you all probably know him as CJ Shotlow. So CJ Shotlow coming out to the stage, brother. Stage is yours.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, Today I got the drift for some odd reason, and it's making me move all type of crazy. Okay, will the chair
I
hold me?
got barriers on the seat, so you're good to go.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, y'all. Um, Hi. It feel like I'm at an AA meeting. Like hey, I'm CJ. I'm an alcoholic. Um, so but no, really, I'm not an alcoholic. But anyway, how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing excellent. It's weird because I can't hear y'all. I guess it's really different from being on the stage, but I should be used to this. So, um, how can I start? Um, if y'all really want to understand who I am, it's best to know me by my family. Um, I'm a product of country values. Um, um, my great grandfather, uh, which is a pillar of my family, is a lock miner. Uh, he was born during the time of slavery during that time, and he ended up learning how to use his hands to do different things. He was a blacksmith in a country town, and the man was so good with his hands that he could build a car out of anything during the time that cars were just being built. Not only that, he was born in a KKK country and was making $20 per shoe of shoeing people horses. The man was so important to where he took care of his family. And when I say his family, I mean cousins upon cousins upon cousins. He took care of and became a pillar, a leader of his family, or what we would say his clan. Um, from that, um, he also was married to a very, very strong black woman by the name of Eleanor Minor. She was not your average woman. She was strict. She'd tell you what comes, you know, from the heart. And sometimes she could be very harsh, but she was a forward thinker, a forward thinking lady. For instance, during the time, like I said, in the South, I'm from Texas, Anderson, Texas. KKK in KKK country, she was on a board on a council with white people, telling forwarding the black community, making sure that they had running toilets, roads, all of that. And from there it came my great grandmother, then my mother, and then me. I I guess I'm a product of ingenuity, black excellence. Um, whew, it's crazy being here because when I kind of came to this spot, I kind of came here. I came here in December. Uh, it was during a very hard time in my life. Um, I was married, and I was married, and I was married, and I was finishing out the divorce. Um, I liked being the husband, and divorce happened, and it kind of broke me. Um, when it broke me, this was more like the lowest time of my life that I ever had, because I went from being a husband, a father, to by myself, and from there it kind of like, always been a strong person, always been, out thinking or trying to do more things. um I was managing models. I was a photographer, and I had a modeling agency. I had like 30 models that was under me, and when the divorce and all of that happened, I couldn't cope, and I ended up dropping everything because I couldn't be in front of people and be like, making sure that everybody was all right, doing good, taking care of vaccine stuff, and couldn't cope. Next minute I know, I had been following VR for a long time because I'm a graphic designer and an animator also, and so VR wasn't a shock to me. Matter of fact, I wasn't even going to get a actual headset. I was going to get the I think it was the HCC headset, and it had more capabilities because of animation and everything. And I ended up getting this headset because I was like, you know what, I might as well. And ended up stumbling across this through a watching a YouTube video. YouTube video showed me that you could make different worlds, and I thought it was cool. It was neat, and I ended up getting into it. Uh, when I got into it, my mind was like completely blown. um, it was kind of like being blown because when I was younger, my family was the first ones that have an actual computer um, in the whole community that we was in. So when I was young, it was I was used to computers and taking them apart and putting them together, and then doing all types of things when it comes to technical. And my mom's was a officer in the Navy. She also was like she worked on planes and stuff like that. So engineering she knew about, and so she kind of introduced me to the sci-fi version of everything. And this was a conversation that VR was kind of like a conversation that we had years ago. like decades ago, and then all of a sudden it came here. And seeing how this space showed up was crazy. Um, when I got here, I ended up seeing that this space was more than just a game. It was more like a world. It was basically, if you take the time out and look at it, most of us are is addicted to this new world. We escape from the real world, which technically we just escape from a version of a world that we don't like to see to a version of a world that we are in now. We escape. And so this version of the world gives us a second chance. And so when I come to Horizon, I feel that Horizon is a second chance. Some it brings the best out of people. It can bring the worst, but it can bring the best. When I say it brings out the best out of people, you have people that would not be able to do something like this. Think about a show like this. We're actually in a show, in the beginning of a show. In the real world, you wouldn't be able to do this. It would take so much money just to put this up for the production, for you to pay the cameraman, for you to pay the audio person, for you to be able to at least get the artist to come there or the person of note to come to you. All of this is free. And you get to connect to multiple people. So technically, this is a second chance and it opens the door for so many people, so many things to come about. Um, like I said, I think today I really want to talk to y'all about the possibilities of what this second chance can mean to you. This is weird standing just sitting in the chair because I'm used to standing in front of people. Um, but this is a second chance. So for instance, when I say a second chance, um, how many out there of y'all are that do music? Anybody? Anybody do music? Nobody. None of my music people are in here. So the reason why I said it's a second chance for people that for instance music wise, um I have experience in music. I've been in I've been doing music since I was 5. I play multiple instruments: bass, lead, drums, organ, keys. I also sing. I've been on stage before. I done played for stars before, and I also have been on television. um my mother was a DJ, a jockey, and she owned her own record label for gospel artists. She managed Aretha Franklin before, and a lot of other big um, um, gospel people that was in Texas. For them to do what we do here cost so much. Like literally, for someone to take your record and listen to it or listen to your song and have it played in another state cost a lot. Or trying to get on to sing for someone, to actually be like, okay, other than church, to come sing and be on someone's program or someone's event took a lot for you to do that. Here, you can sing, you can make your music, and instantly somebody from Louisiana to New York to New Jersey to United Kingdom can literally listen to your music, and from them listening to your music, it opens a door for whenever they're around their friends that they can that their friends can end up listening to your music. From there, from there, you got a whole group of people grabbing on to you. the fun part about being coming into the space when I did, I got to see a lot of people grow. When I came in December, you only had a couple people that was that was really popping, that was put in, and that was Danica, Hardy West, Black Harley. Um, I remember when Rupert came on. um, Burning of Proof. I remember when Burning was doing his first shows. Um, like you now that you come in, you get to see all the new stuff. Like for instance, Junior. I remember listening to Junior's first one of Junior's songs. It was crazy. And just to see to see him grow from j- just Shy Junior to Big Time Junior it's a good thing. Seeing and then not only that to see Angel the artist come out the way she did, because I remember before she was known, that to see that journey from there. Not only that, burden of proof to see him from the show that he started, to now getting in here and into Meta Talks is cool. It's dope. But I mean, my thing is this: it's a second chance. How far can you take it? Like seriously, when I say you have the you have the world in your hands, yes, at first it might not seem like it's that much, and it's the monetization is not making that much money, but you literally have the world in y'all hands. Like we literally have it in our hands. Like from Shada artists coming out with the pieces. Um, I love her art. Um, Original artist came out here and she just killing the game with new pieces and new pieces. And because of this, it's starting a whole new trend for a lot of people weren't doing sculptures and doing animations to their sculptures. Now most everybody's having animations to their sculpture, and it's gonna get bigger because it's just not just here. It's gonna be in all space. It's gonna be in VR chat. It's gonna be in all the other VR places. Um, it's just like I said, it's just a whole second chance. Even with the cameras and which I do give credit to. DB was one of the first ones I knew that was doing video. Well, before we kind of really got on social media like that. Now we got more camera people like Ben coming around, and it's creating a whole different industry, and that's a second chance for a lot of people. You're opening the door for a lot of people to do a new thing to press. When it comes up to building, like it's most of y'all in here that I see our buildings. I seen some of Nini business buildings and Bambi's and Nilo Dollars. Y'all been really doing real good. I kind of like to try to be a fan of other people's builds because when you are a builder and you script and you do all of it, it's best to like learn your craft and to be a fan of someone. It's not to be better than people. It's to see the best in them because there's some things that somebody else can do that's better than you, and sometimes they can give you something so great to where it enhance who you are as a builder, or who you are as a scripter, or who you are as a musician, or who you are as a friend. Mm. But I mean, it's a whole this this place is just a whole second chance. and it can be so much. It's just the thing about it is what we gonna do with it. You know, I really don't like to talk so much, so that's why I'm probably gonna it's gonna be a short one because I don't spend a lot of time. Uh, but I'm just saying, really take this time out, think about what y'all want to do and what y'all want to accomplish here, because it's more than just partying. It's more than just chilling with friends. It's a new world. It really is. It's a new world, and y'all, you can take it. You can take it because a lot of y'all are taking it and taking it. But anyway, I done got off my soapbox. Any questions? I know it's short.
Well, we're gonna get back to you. So to ask a question, all you have to do is grab that red card in front of you. The chair is gonna. You'll have to confirm it. The chair will raise up, and you'll go global, and then everybody can hear you. When you're done asking a question, just grab the red card again, and the chair will fall back down. Hey, CJ, I'm gonna ask the first question. So, you created something recently. Well, you create a lot of things, but the one I'm talking about in particular is that spot right over there, the Idol Aspect Studios. Do you want to talk about that place? Because I'm not sure if
Um,
everybody here has experienced it yet, but um, you want to talk about that?
all right. Ideal Aspect Studios. I did that. Ideal Aspect Studios is was a studio idea that came from me just going to different studios. I'm a musician, and I've been in the music industry for the longest. I didn't see and I'm a singer. I didn't see a lot of places for singers like neo soul, R&B light, but really a lot of neo soul where the music was kind of different. Um, and then not only that, I wanted to have a place where it would play the whole song. Um, I don't like, I really don't. I'm a person that does not like short songs because you can't get the whole meaning of a song. A song is nothing but a story. If you get a part of a story and you don't get the other part, you're gonna miss the whole point of the whole song or the whole point of the whole story. It's kind of like when people gossip about something they don't know about. You only hear that part of that one person's side of the story, but you don't hear the other side, so you don't know how this person got to this point because this happened. And you will miss it because you didn't get the other side of the story and you can't put them together. So I wanted to make sure I got a whole whenever the music played, it got it had the whole song in it. So I went and I'm particular about my music when I pick beats or I pick music because I play myself. So I end up going and finding some music, which a lot of there are a lot of people that make music off of YouTube, and they have free beats. Now the thing about free beats that a lot of people don't realize is you could use their free beats. You just got to make sure that you give them credit. And really, to tell you the truth, because this space is so new, you can actually have their beat come in and really like if you really like a person that makes a if you really like a person that makes the music like you're a fan of them, bringing their music in here is the best thing that you could do. When I say the best thing that you could do is getting them actually out there, and it also gives you opportunity to connect with the people, with the people that you get the music from, because you never know, they might have not been able to get into the metaverse and they don't understand the metaverse and how it goes, but they can also take the compliment of their music being here. But anyway, um I'm getting off track. But the studio, I wanted the whole different experience, because I wanted instruments inside, because of the older type of studios that I went to when I was younger and I worked for. They had more instruments and people was playing inside and people was singing inside. So I made it exactly like one of the studios that I would go to. And I'm kind of proud of it because it plays the whole song. So you press the button and it plays the whole song. And figuring how that works. Um, yeah, that's it.
So he's being humble about that studio because has for
Ugh.
those that have not been, and really I want to shout this out because this is important. For those that haven't been to that studio, like it's literally a whole vibe in that studio. You have a place for a singer, you have place for backup singers, and you have an organ, a piano, a full drum set, a bass, bongos, and a guitar. So the video content possibilities in that space to have an entire band and real singers singing over a real track. I mean, I don't normally spend a lot of time in Worlds, unfortunately, just because I move so much. I went in there and spent 3 hours singing with about 15 different people. You know, I don't really sing in public, but I couldn't get off the mic. I don't know what it was about that place, but it really is a whole vibe. So I encourage everybody, if you enjoy music, to just go there and have fun. It's really really cool. So kudos to you, man. It's a phenomenal world. All right. Any other questions for CJ? None.
Yes, sorry, I was muted. My dog keeps screaming in the background. CJ, did you ever, I know you said you did all the instruments and everything. Did you ever have a or join a choir or direct a choir? And is that something that you would be interested in doing in the metaverse?
I have been a choir director many times. Normally that's normally what normally happens. Um, to tell you the truth, when it comes up to music, I would tell you the truth, I would like to get with a lot of people that are into music and really serious about moving forward and really kind of mold them to where they need to go. I really just don't want to beg and be like, "Hey, come here, let me grab you," because that's normally how I move around. If I move around, I
Mhm.
come. Most people know me. I'll just pop in and be like, "Okay, let me give you this advice right here," and then I drop out and go about my business. But to tell you the truth, if I'm gonna be doing that. I'm probably gonna be doing that real soon, where I grab a bunch of people that want to go into the industry. Because tell you the truth, a lot of people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. Like whenever you're an artist, there's a time for you to practice. This place right here is practice. I know y'all looking at me in the camera. This place right here is practice. If you're an artist, like if you're serious about acting, are you serious about videoing? Are you serious about writing any type of script or uh, trying to figure out a concept or just trying to talk to people? This place is literally a practice. It's a place to where you can be able to sing in front of many people and get your harmonizations down, because it's just y'all and it's not that many folks and you're not seeing them. It's a difference when you're on the stage. Like if you're on the stage on a mega stage or a stage like this, normally a stage like this, you have lights all right here It'll be hot as
It's
God,
hot.
fish and fish grease up here, and you'll see a brother sweating to death do us part. But you couldn't really see the people out there. Not only that, it's not weird that you wouldn't be able to hear, because the stage like this, you really wouldn't be able to hear where divine and y'all are sitting, because
Mhm.
it's far. So, like I said, to answer your question, yeah, I would like to, you know,
Okay.
sit down and manage manage them, take the time out to do it.
Right.
Any other questions?
Meta.
My bad. I had to unmute myself. But so is there anything that you learned or started doing inside the metaverse that you took out into your in real life business that you weren't doing before?
Um, Actually,
Divine.
more talking. Um,
Okay.
like the conversations, the moving around. I kind of knew how to move around in real life, messing, talking, learning how to talk to different people, because this space is so big, to where you have so many different types of people, and once you kind of really have a conversation with them, you can see where how that person is. And so this spot right here made me be able to realize how how much like the northern states are different than the southern states or Midwest, and you know, just how the people are different and how their mindset are. So I can I can talk easier to people that's like, you know, in different states, to where I can be like, okay, this time is about lunchtime for them, or this,
Mm,
you know, language is like this. So it makes it a little easier.
okay. That makes sense.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Shay.
Um, I didn't want to say kudos, CJ, because if people haven't met you, I mean, they met you now, and you've really been like really, really influential behind the scenes. And personally, like I was really honored to get to know you and Miss Divine, because like it's really hard to find someone that knows scripting to really just bounce ideas and everything off of, and all the information that you just so freely give to anyone who asks, no matter what it is. It's like it's really been awesome. Like I'm just so proud of just to know you and to know now where you come from and why you do and why you move like that. And like the best is yet to come. Like if you've been behind the scenes now, you're not no more. Really.
Unfortunately, I ain't gonna be behind the scenes if Rupert has anything to say about it.
Yeah, you got that right.
But I do love you. I do love you, Miss Shay. I do. Swan.
What's up, CJ? Hey, first I wanted to say, I rock with you, and we've had plenty of conversations. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can.
cool, cool, cool. We've had plenty of conversations, and you've given me some sound advice, and I want everybody to know that, especially men, if you ever going through something or need some advice, he's a good dude to talk to, man. He's real solid. He's got a good heart. Real humble. Like he's like the the perfect male role model type. I don't mean to put you out there, but it's just facts. You feel me? So, that being said, I do have a question. What is your favorite world out of all the worlds you've created? And I know I've been to a few of them, but I haven't been to all of them. So,
Hmm.
to you,
My favorite world. My favorite world is Horizon Worship Assembly.
Okay.
Horizon Worship Assembly was the first world I ever built. Um, and the reason why it's my favorite is because during the time that I was building it, um, I was friends with a lot of builders. I was fortunate when I came in that the first people I met was influential. Like when I came in, um, I went to Hardy's World, and from Hardy's World, I met Hardy, and I was like, okay, cool, he's all right guy. Let me go to the next. Then I ran into Danica.
Mhm.
When I ran into Danica going to Vivid, that changed a lot of things because Danica really is the reason why music is the way it is. Because if it wasn't for him taking the time out and saying what he said, most of like when it comes up to it, like giving out the like information, he literally gave it to me. He's like, okay, how did you do the music? Because in December you only had a few people that really had music. When I say music, I meant
Right.
music to quality, like
Hmm.
quality music where it is coming from a bot, not your phone, but an actual bot where it's it's going playing through and everything. And Danica was the one that was like, hey, if you slow slow it down, and he just like he gives you clues. And not people that ever worked with him understand he doesn't give you the whole thing. He'll just tell
Hmm.
you how to do it and what to do. It's for you to come in and do it. And what he did was, take the time out and did that for me, and I thank him for that. Um, and I ended up meeting him and um, Taco. Taco was another one. Taco and Kingpin, and from there, those guys was all even on everything. They was scripting, doing animations, and building. And so when those guys sit down with you and you get to learn from them, they give you all three major things. And then all I had to do was learn the music. So I learned four, and it just made me a better builder, scripter, and all around animator. It was crazy. But it's got to be the church because during that time I was learning so much while I was building.
Hmm. Cool. Appreciate you.
Hey, Jax, I think you might be in a party.
I apologize. I'm trying to put the seat down. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. You can actually just jump out. I think somebody was sitting there already.
Oh, you trying to take the seat down?
Yeah. She was sitting on. All right. Any other questions for CJ?
I bet this the shortest middle talk you ever had,
No, not quite. Not quite.
huh?
Well, Nikki and Divine, I know y'all dying to say something. So,
Waiting on everybody to say what they needed to say because I was gonna ready. I was ready, honey. You hear me? Hi, CJ.
Hey, sweetheart.
Now I'm gonna try to get myself together. I'm not gonna be over here crying and stuff. Ooh, it's gonna be hard. I should have sat down first. Okay. Okay. So, first of all, kudos on everything that you do in this platform. A lot of people don't know the extent of the value that you offer in this space because you freely share with everybody and anybody, no matter who they are or what position they hold. You have no respecter of persons. And that in itself is a great deal of value to just about anybody.
Um, as far as I'm concerned, I appreciate you for just when I met you, not um, sparing any expense on teaching me and challenging me on everything. Building made me, even though you embarrassed me, you still challenged me in a way that I have never been challenged, not even in the real world. You
You got to
constantly,
tell that story. You got to tell that story.
okay, so when we met over him putting in music in a club that I had done some months back. And we I went to a club and he asked me if I was building. And knowing me, I'm always building. And he took me into a blank world. He was working on something. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna teach him a little thing or two because I thought I was doing something back then. And he embarrassed me pretty bad because he did what normally took me about 3 to 4 days or 6, 7 hours or more in a matter of 30 minutes. So instead of me teaching him anything, he taught me something. And that for me was life changing, honestly, because I've never had anybody, for that matter, challenge me in a way that he has, honestly. I mean, when I say pushing the limits and, really not just doing this for fun, but really just doing it and making it into a business. He inspired me in the business aspect. He inspired me building wise because I was going about things really different, and he made it easier. He made the time shorter, and because of that, we were able to do a lot of great things building together. That day changed life for me. It changed life in the metaverse, and it changed life in real life. So I thank you for that, CJ, and just keep doing what you're doing. I'm behind you 100% in everything, in every endeavor. You're just amazing. And I could sit and talk about you for hours, but I'm proud of you and keep pushing, sir.
Oh Lord, y'all about to make me cry. Both of y'all, back to back, Jesus.
Who is it? Who is it?
Price? Is that Price's
You know,
dad?
Oh,
yeah. Hold on, what? Nah, I'm him.
uh,
I'm me.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, CJ, you know what? It's all right to cry on here. You know that. Um, but I just wanna, what I'm saying, thank you for being, who you are, being kind. From day one I met you. You definitely been one of the realest people in the metaverse for me, like a brother to me, what I'm saying? I can always call on you for help whenever I need you. You're always there. Um, but I'm done throwing flowers. I wanted to ask a question for Horizon Radio and News. Like, where do you see that going? Like, how far do you want to take that platform that you created? Because I think it was an amazing idea from the day when you told me about it. I thought that was crazy, and I just wanted to know, where do you see like the potential for that to grow? And, like, what do you want it to grow into essentially moving forward?
hmm. Um, when it comes up to Horizon, radio and news, that was my outlook of putting everything together. Um, where the real world meets Horizon. Um, I'm still working on that. That's gonna be something that I'm gonna finish, but it's not gonna be I'm gonna finish because it all depends on the team that I have. So once we get the team together and make sure the team is all together, and we get our stuff together and make sure we get everything P's and Q's, because I'm a firm believer when you step out running, but you step out with your best foot. Is a lot of people. A lot of people just put they just just anything and everything out. It's nothing wrong with just putting anything out when you first doing it. It's okay, but sometimes the best impression is you giving it your best. And I feel that if I was to do it, I want to give my best. And when I give my best, I mean I give my all to you. Because I feel that if you have anything dealing with news or radio, you're influential, you're important because you control the story. You're the person that keeps the history. Most laws, most laws and history is um all kept through the news. The radio tells the story of the generations. And I feel that, if I was to do that, I want to make sure that I honor that all the way. But I do see it going just not in just Horizon. I want to take it to have it start in Horizon and build a foundation there, and then take it from Horizons to all on different platforms. But I want the different platforms to have their own news, their own radio, and how they see their world going. So yeah, that's if that answers your question. Okay, they answer your question.
Any other questions for CJ? Nikki Danielle?
Alrighty. I'm gonna ask the question because y'all always get on me and say I make y'all cry. So, um, like I said, but this little snippet definitely, when I came into this space, like we had such good talk, CJ, and I always often say this to you a lot that like me and you are computers. Like we think alike. We just like have that type of mindset where it's like where it's always going off and having ideas, like crazy ideas. But to have somebody that's like it's like if somebody else that could talk like it could just sound like computer code. But having somebody that you talk to and it makes sense to that person, it's like okay, that person gets it. But from there, um, in turn, Roop said that you feel like you got some good stuff that you're gonna have coming out. You have any little spill of us of any ideas or possible ideas that you see kind of beyond that's gonna be a really pivotal like influential thing in this space that you really want to be a part of, or either you're making. You have any thing to tell us that what you're doing in the future? That's pretty much it.
Hmm. Um, Production wise, yes. Um, I want to. I'm looking at the way that we doing our productions. Like for instance, how you have Ben Official and Meta Masters, Nini Business, that all and Terica, um, Super. I'm looking at all of y'all. Content creation is a big thing. It's important, and y'all are important, and I commend y'all for what y'all do because y'all are the ones that bring awareness to this space to people that are not on the headset. It's different when you on the headset. When you're on the headset, you can watch, need business and watch the content that they bring and get it. But it's the difference when you're not on the headset and it makes you wonder. It's not easy doing what they do. And so what I'm thinking about doing is taking what they do and giving a blueprint, more like a blueprint to where more of them be able to do it because I believe that there's so many different lanes of making taking the worlds and showcasing them, are taking content or doing shows or doing shows like actual scripted shows, um making it to where people will want to watch it all the way through. um Even when it comes up to scripting, like where, for instance, MetaMasters is sitting, is right there, and how Rupert took the time out and put the scripts around to where they press a button and it goes right there. Well, we take it a little further. Let MetaMasters, when he comes in, uh, come in and be able to be there. But whenever we move or something, the script will tell us, have it to where he's coming closer, or we could control, with our hands where the camera goes, or be able to control the make it easier for the different ones to do that. That's something that I am looking at. Um, Creating. I'm also an author, so I like taking stories and putting central places. And I'm looking at making a central place where, you know where people can actually create a story and do that at. Music wise, when it comes down to music, because music is my background, um, really would like for to get with all the DJs, all the all the artists, every artist, most of the DJs, because it's pivotal. It's really important for them to to really mesh with each other. Because I'll put it to you like this: what happens if, for instance, you have a song and your song is played in every world? If your song is played in every world, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find somebody's going to have a fan. And what happens if Horizon ended up making the next Megan Thee Stallion be noticed? That means more people are going to come in because of that. And that means if you're already building, or you already in that industry, that means that more people are going to come and start paying attention to you, because they're going to want to try to come in and do the same thing, but not only come to see the do the same thing, they're going to want to try to find the same type of person. So it's an opportunity. Um, Man, I got millions of ideas. It's just I can go on and on. It's just the thing about it is you just gotta tell me what you want to do. I can know 9 times out of 10 I can just sit down and be like, okay, what's the plan? Where you want to go? Or it's different ways. But does that answer the question? Because I can ramble. Okay, we're good.
All right. Any other questions for CJ? All right. So if we have no other questions, so let me ask you, what's next for CJ Shotlow?
The sky's up. It's whatever. I'm gonna still be building, scripting, giving advice. I mean, this is a career. So I plan to retire from here. So if I gotta if I gotta help multiple people along the way, let's do it. That's it.
Well, listen, I just want to say this because you are an extremely humble person, and if you don't toot your own horn, I'm going to do it for you. So have a seat and get comfortable.
Oh God.
So, so,
Hit it as hard as
but
you
really,
can,
I want to say
Rupert.
this. Nikki brought up a point, right? Because I think sometimes because of your demeanor, people don't realize how much value you truly add to the space. Because
Lord.
again, I'm good at many things, but scripting is not one of those things. and you literally shoot these ideas to me, and I get the Charlie Brown effect because I have no idea what you're talking about. But somebody like Nikki, who's a programmer, right, can understand your talk. But at the same time, I deal a lot with the business side and the strategy, but we can have those conversations too. But at the same time, Divine, who's a phenomenal builder, you can have those conversations too. Do you see where I'm going? Like he is so multifaceted with his space
Mm.
and his knowledge and how much he knows that he can have conversations with just about everybody about anything, and it get way beyond surface level conversations. Like I'm really talking
Okay.
in depth things that will change
Mm-hmm.
the way that we conduct life moving into the future, right? And you have to think about it like that because this platform is going to change the way everything is conducted, the way business is conducted, the way social interactions are conducted, the way we communicate with each other. Everything is going to change. We're just the first ones here to do it. So for us, it really just seems like fun and we're learning, but we're really laying the groundwork for the future. There is no other way to look at it. And to have somebody like CJ who can talk to each one of those points, right? Because again, I can talk to the things that I'm good at, and anybody can talk to the things they're good at. But it's very rare that you can find somebody who encompasses all that this metaverse has to offer and be able to speak in depth about it. Even if it's a lot of it is theory, it's still a theory that, well, everything starts with a theory, right? Until it's made, it has to start up here until we figure out a way. Listen, we're floating in the middle of a virtual space in a building made out of a hexagon and lines, right? So there is proof that anything in this space is possible. But to have somebody like this dude in your corner to walk with you through that journey is invaluable. It truly is. Like I really consider you more than just a builder. And again, you push me to my creative limits because I don't focus on building. But every time I'm with you, something comes out of that, and we're just like, it's funny. We'll sit there and we'll be like, oh, we'll get all excited like two little kids when we figure something different and phenomenal out, and then we'll execute on it, right? Because knowledge without execution is nothing. Unless you're executing on the things that you're planning, it doesn't really mean anything until it comes to fruition. And I want to thank you for that because again, you move through the space so humbly and quietly that people don't know how much you impact them or how many things you've impacted from just your presence alone, yet alone the stuff that you've done. Just the advice that you're able to give people again, it's just invaluable, man. And I'm blessed to know you, and I truly appreciate you. So thank you, thank you.
And I appreciate that. The only reason I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because of one key thing. It's one key thing. I learned this as being a musician. If you're able to play one instrument, that means you can be able to play another one. If you know the scale of it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But the thing about it is, all of that has a note to it. Now, if I play A in on the piano, I can play A on the bass. All I have to do is find out where A is on the bass,
Come on,
or
somebody.
play A on the violin, or just hit a drum. The tap is the same thing. So, for instance, it's just you find a niche. It only starts off with one thing. Yeah, y'all we might think of it differently. I'll put it to you like this: we build in here, right? We build 3D sculptures. We actually put up buildings and stuff like that. You do it with your hands. Well, guess what? The same tools is in Blender. If you build in Blender and you transfer it in other places, that makes you a 3D artist. Now, what happens if you're able to build in Blender and you build like you build here in Blender? You can build your own world in Blender. But not only that, you can take it one more step further. Once you do that, you got to add the mechanics to it. You go to Unity, um, or you go to Unity or any other gaming software services that are free, and just put your story or put your building in there, and then put the function. You just now became a game developer.
Huh.
One step goes to another step. Not only that, once you start making avatars and you start putting those gaming avatars and they're able to move, and that's animation, that makes you an animator.
Huh. Huh.
I mean, the thing about it is, it's step to step, and I mean, you take it from step to step. You become an animator, and it gives you so many opportunities to go in so many different lanes.
Yes,
It's
sir.
just the thing about it, the way it's just it's only the way that you think about it.
Come on, sir.
So, I mean, that's it.
Ooh, my God.
That's it.
And ladies and
I'm done.
gentlemen, that's a CJ that I get to see on a day-to-day basis. Church. So listen, let's get some confetti for our guests, man. Thank you
Huh.
so much.
All of it.
I'm
All
glad
of it.
people got
All of it.
to have finally gotten to experience you like I've experienced you, but he's mine, so you can't have him quite yet.
Hold
I've
on.
got some things planned for him. So,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
uh, so listen, man.
No. 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 He's mine. He's mine though. Okay. No. 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 That's mine. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna sit down.
uh,
Thank you.
we may have to play VR cornhole to see who wins him.
See me, Rupert. We can go right now. See me. See me.
Stop, Devon.
End your
Sit
show.
down.
End your show. We can go on over there. End your show. We can go on over there.
Y'all leave it alone. Help us, Lord.
All right. Well, listen, man. So, CJ, thank you for being here, man. We truly appreciate you. Again, anybody who has not been to Idol Aspects, I'm telling you, go to that place with a couple of friends and see how many hours you can spend in there, because it's a phenomenal world, and you're going to have a lot of fun
I
pretending to
know.
be whoever you want to be behind that microphone. So listen, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. There's a lot happening tonight. Metaverse Woodstock is happening, for run by Howard 702. So if you got time, definitely stop over there and show him some support. Wish him a happy birthday. Listen, let me not forget, man. All the people affected by the hurricane, we're praying for you. It's devastating. I'm in North Carolina, so it's heading my way, but it's going to pass through Georgia and South Carolina. So safety is always going to be your first concern. So if you're in a direct path, get to safety, protect your family, and we're thinking about you and we love you. So and we're praying for everybody that's in Florida, because a lot of people lost power today who now can't be on the VR. But your personal health is always going to be paramount over everything else. So um, God bless those that were affected by this. And listen, I thank y'all for coming. It's been an awesome show. You guys could have been anywhere else, but you've chosen to be here with us tonight, and that's important. And I'm very, very grateful. So that's it. That's a wrap. Woo-hoo!
I made it through.
You made it through. You made it through.
With ease, sir. Did that. Okay.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, you
Appreciate you,
did.
Doctor.
Yes,
Thank
you
you for
did.
coming out.
Yes, you
Oh, I'm
did.
about to go.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Terica, you well done. Thank y'all for coming through.
You did it.
I did it.
That's your arm all like that.
JD and Boy.
I don't know.
All right, I
My
gotta get
arm is
What's that world
crazy.
they were talking about? Let me check. Ideal or idle,
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Oh, it's right there.
idle aspects. Okay.
I'm just
Ideal
saying, let me tell you, I've been
aspects.
outside for most of the
Yeah.
day.
All right.
What's going
I
on?
I'll check that out.
wasn't ready.
How you doing,
I'm in
man?
Oh,
North Carolina, but
you all right?
where you at?
Yeah, I'm just gonna click on your world and head over there now
What?
to check it out.
drop, CJ.
Oh, she got the
Oak
trip.
Ridge.
Noah saying
What's
hi.
going on?
Noah saying hi. Where you go?
Yeah.
Where you at, Noah?
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Dang.
Oh, no doubt.
you and
Appreciate
Green,
you,
bro.
man.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah,
Good
Don't
you
be
got
doing
a
me with
right
my
home.
here.
Doritos.
I'm
That's rude.
I'm
I
Put
heard
your
you over
camera
there.
so
Like
you
you
can
over
put
there
that
in the
twine.
munchkin.
I
renting
wasn't
a
even
townhouse
smacking. I
in High
wasn't
Point that I'm moving
smacking.
into next
And
year
I was
because it's a
muted.
house
You
in
weren't
You
Greensboro.
smacking. I
rude.
ain't say you
Sorry,
smacking.
I'm
You
just
were
gonna
That's
have to
crazy.
crunching.
rewatch it.
Dude, I
All
I
right,
didn't
was
even
let's
know
not
that
move
I was
on.
crunching.
moving in
And it's
freaking
popcorn.
Greensboro.
It's not Doritos.
Yeah, bro.
Rude.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Oh,
it had a
that's
crunch
I
nuts.
gotta
too.
Yeah,
go.
we gotta
I
get
gotta
a.
go
I
see
remember
if
I
the
this
gotta
old
part.
reach
folk
out to you on
is,
One day,
Instagram.
isn't
one day
over.
we're gonna
The
link up,
old
Uh,
folk
bro.
club ain't over.
I just
Okay.
met another.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
There's
Yeah, I
another
see
dude
you.
on here from Greensboro too.
Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
we like
Thanks
Thank,
for
20 minutes
coming,
thank you
apart.
for
Kia.
coming.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, you on
You
party?
can't
You must
hear
be in a
you.
party.
That is
I
crazy.
forgot